There are a lot of parallels between many different industry sectors. One of the big differences when I went into healthcare was that the data arrives much more quickly and the problem is a lot more complex. One of the challenges is when a tool is implemented as a clinical diagnostic tool, the clinician themselves are still liable. And that presents them with a challenge, because if the artificial intelligence technique we use doesn't explain to them what the rules actually are, then they're liable for something they don't understand. But there is a solution. We allow the artificial intelligence techniques to discover that there are connections, but then we use different techniques that allow us to be able to represent what those connections actually are, so that a doctor can review that, so they're integrating something that they understand the rule and they feel comfortable about taking on the liability. So when we try and engage with clinicians, we want them to be supportive of artificial intelligence initiatives. We actually have to demonstrate that we're learning and understanding what they're trying to achieve. And when I explain to them that I'm seeing a correlation between a certain style of heart rate behavior that precedes a certain condition, I'm speaking in their language, I can show them the evidence, and then I can say that these advanced artificial intelligence techniques are now using these principles to look for whether or not these conditions exist. I've come to realize over the years in working in many different teams the importance of a diverse team. And one aspect that's very important in that is skill set. So I need the people who have industry experience, but I also need the people who from the industry perspective have been learning about artificial intelligence techniques, data science techniques, and in the same way, I need the people from computing who are more applied that can come back the other way. That gives you that ideal mix of people who can look at a problem from many different perspectives. So we have to look at what we're trying to change, what we're trying to achieve, and understand who is going to benefit from that. Many years ago, Walmart, when they were first looking at implementing analytics tools, performed what's known as unsupervised learning, just to see what patterns actually existed. On a Friday afternoon, they found a very high correlation of the purchase of beer with diapers. So they literally moved pallets of beer into the diaper aisle on a Friday afternoon. Now, if that technique hadn't worked, no harm done. But in healthcare, we can't operate that way. We have the potential to cause harm, and we have the potential that we could kill people. So it's very important that my students learn sound quantitative analysis techniques when we find these patterns in AI, is to ensure that the pattern we are finding actually truly correlates with that particular condition. Some of the challenges that the healthcare sector has is with the tools they're currently applying. The medical monitors that they buy often have no mechanism to get the data out of them other than displaying it on the screen. There is great value in provisioning services through the cloud. These techniques are possible through secure connection. This allows smaller healthcare facilities to be able to use these more advanced techniques without needing to provide the local support in-house.